Okay, yeah, Corey Ti here. So yeah, whenever thoughts pop into my head, I'll come on. Anything I remember about being targeted, looking back now in retrospect, I'll mention them. Actually, go check out Elevate Prana's video because she talks about how, uh, I've known about this even before being subscribed to her videos about how we could take back our birthrights and get and become non-citizen nationalists, like we're born, state citizens. How to get right back your constitutional rights into the common law. Um, uh, Anyways, Elevate Prana. Go check her out on YouTube. She's a targeted individual. So, I was gonna say I lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah. So some of the gang stalking, street theater I experienced at the restaurant I worked at, where they would one time one guy, one of the chefs was like asking me if I got into an argument with the other guy, the server. I'm not gonna well, let's say his name Sam. The guy that was asking me was named Jorge. I'll mention names. I don't give a shit. Let them come after me. And that's the biggest thing, even with family and then friends, that probably in on it. The biggest thing when it comes to my mental disorder, bipolar disorder, whatever you want to call it, I don't go by labels and all that bullshit, pseudoscience bullshit. You know. Anyways, they would always ask. They would hold me up to a higher standard. Basically, that's what they do. Just like Kevin at End the War Narcissism would mention or whatever, how they treat you different. They give you the illusion. My family gave me the illusion I was the golden child, but I had all the problems. I was treated differently. My brother, Jamie, got treated like the real golden child, even though he wasn't showered with materialistic things, gifts and things like that. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is that at the restaurant I worked at, they would, sometimes Sam would get into arguments with like a bell, whatever, or whatnot, and they were trying to show me there's a spiritual warfare, so it's all spiritual. So reading between the lines, I got the message is like, you can't argue with people. We'll hold you to a higher standard. We'll treat you different. But they could argue because in their eyes, they see me as this like pedophile or whatever, which I'm not. Like I said, for the 50 millionth time, which I'm exaggerating, I can never harm a child. I'm not that. But they would get into arguments with each other, which is normal. Employees would get into arguments with each other. And this one guy, Sam, would come up to me and be like, what should I do to this guy at Bell? Whatnot. Should I smack the shit out of him or something of that nature, And I was like, and I said to Bell just jokingly, I'm like, did you and Sam kiss and make up or whatnot? And at one point before that, maybe, he was mentioning things from my past. I would talk about, joke around, even get into little arguments here and there myself. But he would bring up, I asked about the new guy, Craig, the new dishwasher, and he's like, he's quiet. He would come do the flying monkeys thing, come to the back of the house, do the slide, do the swinging doors. He's quiet. That's why you got fired from Uber. Because I used to drive for Uber back in like 2014, 2015, 2016. I only lasted about 6 months. And I could remember probably it was something that happened with a phone or with a rider or whatever. I know he was referring to, and they dig into your past. They bring up stuff that you know about. Like, how do they know about this shit? Like I mentioned the whole broski thing, or how you call me horny, and how do you know this personal shit? They would mention personal things about me because they were listening in. They do a whole report. They get a report because my former boss was is a PI, private investigator. These people are evil. They got to dig up dirt on you to use what could we get on this son of a bitch or whatever. So he doesn't expose our pedophile ring or whatever corruption we got going on, whatever it is. Not saying it's necessarily that, But Heidi she mentions stuff like that. We have to try to stay strong in this evil spiritual world, no matter what slings and arrows and bullets get fucking shot at us. These people want us gone. They want us dead. They want us not working for ourselves, doing YouTube videos, running a business, being in our working, living our true purpose in life. They don't want us doing this shit. Well, fuck all you evil sons of bitches. I'm doing it. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but, I'm doing it. They tried to take me down, but I'm back in my physical form, even though internally in my body and my brain, I'm messed up. They messed me up very badly, but that and my sense of smell and my taste is mostly gone. I still smell certain smells here and there, but it's not the same because they've been poisoning me at the shelter with cleaning chemicals, bleach and cleaning chemicals, other stuff. You know, the food and stuff that the stuff that they put in the food and the water everywhere I go. They get the corporations to get involved in this shit. We got to take down a terrorist. We got to take down a pedophile. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm neither of those. These people are evil, and it's all being exposed, and their agenda is coming to a screeching halt, and they're running like they're scattering like cockroaches, like ants. They don't know what to do. They have to set people up. The corrupt ass Huntington Beach Police Department's involved in that shit. The corrupt EMT fire department's involved. The corrupt sheriffs are involved. They know their days are numbered. Even the New York City Police Department, they were involved. You know, when incidents I had with roommates, family, whatever, they would always take that other person's side. And they're told to do that shit. You don't get no justice. You have no rights in this system. And that's what Elevate Prana was talking about. I don't know her real name. Maybe she doesn't give it out for security reasons. So you can't blame her. But check out her videos. Her videos are awesome. Tell her I sent you. Elevate Prana. That's ELEVATEPRANA. We got to support and shout out other TIs. You know, we're a whole community. We're a family. We're going to all, as a one together, we're going to take down this evil beast, this evil facets of the leftovers of the deep state at the local and state levels, and some that are at the federal level, like these fake MAGA retards, you know? Anyways, yeah, so that's another one I just wanted to drop real quick. You know, like, it is what it is. I'm out. Peace.